Hi, this is James. We're going to delve into a measure now that kind of stumps a lot of folks, but once you start to understand this measure, it's actually a lot easier, and that's the CBD CHD Comprehensive measure. So it's basically 5 measures in one, and I'm going to first take a look at the logic behind this. So basically what they're looking for, if I scroll up just a little bit here, this is one of those measures that they submit to HHS. So it's a GPRA MA measure, and it's the Modernization Act, I believe, is what that stands for. But it's basically active CHD patients ages 22 and older, defined as all active clinical patients diagnosed with CHD prior to the report period, and at least 2 visits during the report period and 2 CHD related visits ever. Okay, that's pretty. That's a lot. That's a tongue twister right there. But basically, we're looking for your cardiovascular disease patients or your CHD patients, and what we're looking for is this comprehensive measurements are being made. So there's 5 things you got to always have, and then you have to meet all 5 of these things for one. So patients with a comprehensive CBD assessment defined as having blood pressure. Your blood pressure is taken. Your LDL has been taken, tobacco use or tobacco screen has been performed, your BMI has been calculated, and here's the catch: lifestyle, basically education or counseling. So that's any education that ends in EX, LA, or nutrition. So EX is exercise, LA is lifestyle adaptation, and then N is for nutrition. So it could be anything. So when you pull up your educations and you're under each topic, it could be for obesity, it could be for diabetes mellitus, it could be for any one of those will resolve that. So what you'll see and what you'll notice is a lot of sites will actually be missing that education portion. And I can almost guarantee you that if you have cardiovascular disease, someone is educating you somewhere or talking to you about maintaining your weight, exercise, and eating properly. That just comes with the territory. A lot of times you'll see it in the note, but we're going to show you a little bit later on is how to do those educations. So again, if you see and if you notice that BMI per se is a little bit low, a lot of times people might be getting the weight but not the height because they're adults, they don't think to get that. And blood pressure, that's just any BP. Normally you're about 100% at that for patients coming in. So there's what it kind of looks like on the measures guide. And what you'll see a lot of times when you run this is it'll come back as this. So here is our little cheat sheet that we use, and we put in our months, and we kind of can tell where we're at with a numerator, denominator. So we were at 61% of that, all 5 of them being met. Here's your blood pressure. So we were 18 for 17 out of 18. LDL, that was a little bit low, 15 out of 18. Our tobacco assessment, 17 out of 18. Our BMI, 18 out of 18. And then our lifestyle counseling or lifestyle education, 14 out of 18. So we could have quickly done a couple of LDLs and lifestyle educations, and we would have met that measure at 100% because we had such a small denominator. So if you notice that one of these measures are low, we're going to take a look at the back end and see kind of how that comes out. So when you're in RPMS per se, or if you have the graphical user interface, you can do it the other way too. But what we're going to basically do is we're going to go into our CRS measurements. So I'm going to go up at CRS. I'm going to go into the latest logic, and I'm going to show you how to run a report real quick. So we go RPT, and what we're going to do is national. And from national, we're going to ask for a list. So this is a patient list, and this is going to actually tell you who is due for what. So when we create these lists, what we can quickly do is zero in and find out who needs those educations. So you can do it here, list, and then I'm going to show you kind of what it looks like. So now we're looking for that comprehensive CBD or CHD, and it's number 28. Select 28, and then I'm going to go Q for quit. And now it's kind of asking you, okay, well, what do you want in here? So I want to know, I want to know active CHD patients without lifestyle education. So I just trying to get to this screen. I'm not going to actually run this because I don't want to release any patient's PHI, but what I'm going to do is show you how to get into this. And then you're going to say all patients, and I'm going to do it for the GPRA year, and let's run it for 2015 because that's the new GPRA year. We'll run it against 2013, and then we do our area, and et cetera, and we'd actually create that list. And then you can go and target them. You can call them up and say, hey, we need to give you an education. You can enter that education historically. This next portion, though, the next video I'm going to do is I'm going to go into EHR and kind of show you where all the stuff resides and kind of what it looks like in order to satisfy that measure. All right, thank you guys. Hope this helps.